Steve and Jill here.
Hi.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butella.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from sunny Southern California.
Today, Jill and I talk about the reasons why our members seem to stay for life.
I just thought of another reason, by the way. It ties into what we're just talking about. I'm going to give you a little tidbit. A little sneak peek here. I really think that one of the reasons our members are with us and stay with us is because we are real and we are moving forward and always trying to do the right thing and get stuff done, you know, and I'm having a little trouble right now today getting stuff done because I have a real estate agent getting in my way.
Let it out, Jill.
We bought a property. This is a House Academy transaction, and I'm selling it. Unfortunately, this property was ready for the end user. It didn't need anything. So none of our normal investors who get it, who are not agents, were looking to buy the property.
Our rehabbers,
Right,
the people who we sell houses to.
Exactly. They get it.
We
There's
chose
no
to,
talking.
instead of wholesaling this house, we chose to retail it. It was done.
Right.
We just got a great deal on it.
Doesn't need anything. We just got a great deal. So what does this mean? That means like, now we're dealing with the end user. And what does the end user often bring to the table? An agent. Okay, we can handle that. No problem. Well, now here we are. And I've got just the typical agent who thinks that he's knows better than anybody and actually talking to me about my tone of voice today, by the way. Really? I'm the seller. I can walk. And then you get no commission, by the way. Anyway, he's just being he's not responsive. I can't figure out how this guy gets stuff done. That's it, you know. And so I really stood there and told him what I thought. I'm like, when you say you're going to call somebody back, call him back. You know, I'm standing by. I call you first thing this morning. Didn't take my call. What's up with that? I'm the seller. Do you want to get this done or not? This is your commission. You know, I have other people. I can move down the list. Anyway.
Since the early 90s, because I cut my teeth on this too.
Mm-hmm.
Jill's completing this deal as if it were 1955.
Oh, my God.
And since the early 90s, she and I have been devising step by step by step a way to buy and sell real estate. So she or anybody else doesn't have to go through this.
Mm-hmm.
Real estate agents get in the way of deals.
They do.
That's it, especially for our personality types.
They do.
If you are an aerospace engineer and, you know, or a nurse or anything else, and you just don't have time to do a real estate deal, then maybe there's a place for them. Certainly not for as much money as they make, but there's a place for them in a real estate deal as a consultant, just to shove around the paperwork and make sure stuff gets done on time.
Right.
That is the real problem. And at Land Academy and House Academy, we take all of that out of it.
Amazing. You know,
So
you're right.
your frustration.
I'm sorry, Stephen. You're right. I hate to say it, but his ego is huge.
Yeah.
He sees value in what he's bringing to the table, and all he's done from day one is slow this down.
Yeah.
That seller and I would happily be splitting his commission right now, and everybody be winning, and we'd get the deal done so much faster. So, no more retail.
Yeah.
Every time I forget, and I go, okay, fine, and then I'm like, here we are again.
Yeah. We actually have an investor on this house, and we've been communicating, and this is the last retail deal we're going to do.
Yeah.
The amount of time
if you have an agent, move on.
You know, we could have purchased a piece of when we do. We're doing it right now. Bought a piece of land and resold it to a wholesale list of buyers that we have all over the country in a minute.
Yep.
Without any talking.
Exactly. Anyway.
So now everybody's emotional, and we're splitting fees, and it's like
just nuts. It takes twice as long.
when people have to argue about stuff like this, there's something wrong.
I agree.
And someone has to explain to you why their real estate commission is worth it.
Right?
It's not worth it.
Ridiculous. Wow.
Before we get into the real topic, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. And for the record, Jill, you're 100% right.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Greg asks, Hi, maybe a more general question, but what can you do on vacant land? I like this. Regarding zoning, what does it mean if it's undetermined? Does this mean you can do whatever you want? I use code identical in all counties of a state. Our use codes identical in all counties in a state. And where do you guys look up the code?
This is a very, very good basic question. And I chose to include it of the many questions on land investors, many that we read through and I ultimately choose them. For whatever reason right now, I seem to be choosing them. And it's a good question. This is a question that we all ask ourselves, even at an incredibly advanced stage in our career, like, what can we use this land for? Can I put a house on it? Can I put a mobile home on it? Can I use it to hunt on? So there's very, very, very specific. The short answer is this. There's very specific uses for all real estate, depending on its jurisdiction, depending on the municipality that it's in. And in general, if it's county land, there's no city municipality. Like Los Angeles County, there's a ton of Los Angeles County unincorporated land is what it's called. Your use for that land is generally a lot more wide.
Right.
If it's in a municipality, now you got to get
like a
the
city.
county's, like a city.
Like city.
The county's sign off and the city.
the
Now, do you have to do this for every piece of property? Not at all. That's what zoning's for. And zoning is very specific about how you can use the property. And so these use codes that this person's talking about are embedded in our data, or it's in Parcel Fact too. I think this is coming from Parcel Fact because use code 400 comes up constantly, which is another reason I chose this question. And no one really knows what it means because 400 in Los Angeles County might be incredibly different in Michigan.
Exactly. So that answers the second one. It's not the same wherever you go. Once you learn it, it doesn't mean you got it.
So unfortunately, the real answer to this question is it really depends on where the property is located. And then from there, you have to really find out.
Right. So, yeah, and you have to call. So that means you have to call the county and find out for sure. And then if it's in a city, like he said, you have to make one more phone call and double check for the city and see if they have any further restrictions. I had one just like this, for example, where it was southern Arizona where it was zoned for rural residential 1 unit, right? And that was based on the county zoning. Okay, got it. But it happened to be in the outlying area of a city. Well, the city took it a step further that not only is it zoned for residential, 1 unit, but it had to be site built, not a trailer mobile or something like that. What that means is if it were 5 miles that way, you could put a mobile or something on it like that. But because it happened to be in the city jurisdiction, they required you pour a pad. That's what that meant. So that's the kind of stuff you just have to find out. And it's not hard. It's 2 phone calls. And and then once you at least learn that county and that city and that area, say you have a bunch of mail that went out right in the same APN scheme, that those all fall in that outline. You can find, figure out what the map is. At least you have that for hopefully for your mailer.
Yeah, and I can almost guarantee that where it changes, where that line is that Jill referred to, the APN's changed.
Yeah.
So you can smoke it out that way. We've all been in a car, looking out the window, and then all of a sudden it changes.
Right.
Whether it's good or bad or whatever, it just changes. Like, what happened here? All of a sudden, there's just a lot of stuff on the junk on the ground, or even like the pavement changes. So that could be now it's no longer a county maintained road; it's a city maintained road, or vice versa. And so there's always lines where all this stuff. This is a really important, incredibly basic question, but. What can I use my land for? Like it's like in the soul of what we do.
Right. Thank you.
Today's topic, reasons why our members stay for life. This is the meat of the show. Jill's so amped up right now over this real estate agent malarkey that I stand behind her unconditionally on everything. So it takes everything when these kinds of things happen. For me not to crawl down these agents' throats. It doesn't happen that often. But when it does, it's like, come on. We're so beyond this.
Well, at the end of the day, I just feel like he's not trying to get the deal done. I'm like, so why do you exist? No offense. I don't mean it like that. But
You know what? Let's really look. Let's take an objective.
why are you walking around as an agent wanting to be an investor like me, and you can't get a deal done? The easiest type of
So
deal.
what did he really
It's
bring to this deal?
cash, zero.
He introduced the seller. So
All
we
right.
posted. We
He
fixed
brought
price
the
posted.
little lady who wanted to buy our house.
We sent out a bunch of mail. The seller called us and said, "Absolutely, I'll sell it for that price." And we got the deal done in days.
Right.
We did our own inspection. We didn't. There's no real estate agent involved. We went
Yeah.
through like a 3 or 4 step process, and we own the property.
Mm-hmm.
And we set it up to be resold for a lot of reasons. Like we chose the right escrow agent, so that's going to keep the thing open. Not a dual escrow. We closed escrow on it. We own it, but they're going to redo resell the property for us. And we templated. This is a template process for us.
Right.
And so we fixed priced MLS it. We spent I don't know, $200 or $300 or $400 just to get it in the MLS. And we said, yeah, agents will pay a 3% commission if you bring a buyer.
Mm-hmm.
And he did, and that's where it stopped.
Yep.
He brought a buyer. He had the buyer who's lives out of the country, out of the state or out of the country. It doesn't matter.
State.
Sign the stuff. Make sure that the deal is going to close. Make sure that they have the money, and then that's when he stopped.
Yep.
And that's when he, for whatever reason, dramatically lack of organization, in my opinion,
Yeah.
or maybe it's just attitude, just said he shoved it all to the escrow agent. It was his escrow agent too. He wanted to change
Perfect.
to use ours,
Right.
which is why, Jill, because that escrow agent, I'm sure, has closed other deals for this guy,
Mm-hmm.
so he doesn't have to do any work.
Exactly. And now they're both mad because I have a better rate. And I said, we'll use your agent if you match the rate. She's like, I can't match the rate.
We all
I don't know what to
knew that was
say.
coming. What's really frustrating is that we all already know what's going to happen before it happens.
Exactly.
That's very,
That's
it
true.
has been a
Took
personal,
them 2 days to catch up with
personal frustration for me
Yeah.
for the last 2 decades of my life,
I know.
where I already know how to do this. I can tell you exactly what's going to happen. I can tell you where all this thing's going to fall apart or where it's going to go great. And inside of 30 seconds talking to somebody as a buyer or a seller or an agent or all that, I can tell you that fast
Right.
how much of a mess it's going to be or how great it's going to go.
It's true.
And then when it happens, it's very, very, very frustrating.
Yep.
You know, so if any of you who've ever wondered why old men get angry, that's why. Because they can see into the future.
Thank you. Do you know what further, though? This further proves why our model is so successful, why sellers and buyers love dealing with us. You know, it's a dream scenario. We're here to get it done as efficiently as possible, as easy as possible, with as few amount of paper as possible. And let's just, do you want to buy it? I want to sell it. Great, let's do it. That's it. That's the way it should be, by the way.
Welcome to Jill's Rant Week. This is Jill's Rant Week, by the way.
Thank you. Hey, so back to our topic. Reasons why our members stay for life. And this is true. I love this. We have so many members that have been with us for years. And I think it's the greatest thing on the planet. It's fun because we get to know each other, we get to see each other at our annual events, which is really fun. We're starting to do deals together. That's, I think, one of the things is that. I mean, actually, that's like 3 things. I think that. Do you want me to go first? Is that
Sure,
okay?
sure.
All right. So the reasons why I think our members stay for life is, number 1, they're part of a family, part of a group, part of a community where we are all on the same page. We think alike. We are all trying to get to the end and get some, flip property, make some money, and do it right and be successful. We keep growing together, which is kind of a second thing. As they evolve and their businesses evolve, we show up with whatever tools they need. If they need some more education, help growing their business, some ideas to, take it to the next level and help them, we show up with that. We also are real, just like right now, just like this show, just like every day.
That's it. You nailed it.
We're going to tell you like it is, good, bad, otherwise. I'm not going to, like Steve said, today especially, I'm not holding back. I'm not happy, and this guy's a jerk, and I'm not afraid to say it.
No,
So
you're right.
I am. He doesn't know what he's doing, and he's handling it wrong. And it's sad that he doesn't take a moment, take a step back and try to realize, wait a minute, she's trying to help me here and get this deal done. Yeah, I am, and just answer the phone and let's do this together instead of trying to work against me. That's the thing. And then my last thing is I hope that we're entertaining. I think that we're entertaining. I'm entertained.
I think a lot of weeks we may be entertaining.
Yeah. I'm entertained. What do you think?
People on the very surface of it are somehow identify with how we do this.
Right.
And so we are data-driven, period. We are proven, and I take establishing our members' trust very, very, very seriously. And that doesn't happen by jumping up and down like a monkey on the internet and just saying a bunch of words like I see a lot of people do about how to do a real estate deal. It's proven. Right. And we talk about the details, and that excludes the vast majority of the potential members. I have inadvertently, by what I just described, excluded probably 80 to 90% of the potential members that would become a Land Academy / House Academy member. And I think that incredibly appeals to the 10%. And that became our target market after a while. I didn't even know we were doing this when we started it.
Yeah.
So, when I say things like, if you don't understand spreadsheets, you can just keep moving. It's not that I'm mean about it, but I'm just telling you, it's such an integral part of this that either that or find somebody like me.
We want you to be successful. We're going to tell you like it is.
So you identify with our approach, and maybe you're frustrated. Like maybe this week you're listening to this and you're frustrated with real estate agents and frustrated with how slowly people move and being able to see into the future, and you're just frustrated with that. If that's the case, you'd be in great company in this group.
Right.
Nothing happens fast enough for this group from a real estate standpoint.
That's true. Thank you.
So what ends up happening is you become a member for life. Mm-hmm. The other thing too, in a much more simplistic from an economic perspective, you have to get the data somewhere.
Right.
And we have priced this whole thing on just that. If you go to RealQuest and get the data, it's going to be the same price as our membership, monthly membership. This is not a sales pitch.
Right.
And then you get all this other stuff, tons of it. So that's what I think people stay for life. Maybe they are entertained. I don't know.
I just want to say that I know that there are a few, maybe 3 good agents out there. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Your sister's one of them. We
don't know that.
What? If I had gone it, I'd be killing it right now. If I was a real estate agent, I know I'd be number one because I would walk around, tell everybody. I would follow through with what I say. B, I would just say, are you in or you out? We'd get the job done and do it right, not fluff people up or talk people into anything or, and just just do the right thing all the time.
Getting a real estate deal done quickly,
man, it makes me mad.
Is not what a good real estate agent does.
Yeah,
I don't think.
That's true.
And so no, I don't. I have to wonder if you would be a good agent.
Oh, I would be because I'd be doing a deal a day. Watch me.
Well, you'd be a financially successful real estate agent. Here's what I think good valued real estate agents do.
Right.
They listen. If you take 10 people through a house, they're going to have 10 different opinions. And I'll tell you right now, 5 to 8 of them, maybe more, are going to talk about the type of furnishings that are at the house, the kind of faucet sink there is, what's on the walls, what it smells like, if the carpet needs to be redone, which has nothing to do with the real estate deal.
Right.
That's not a real estate deal. That's like going to shop for furniture. So hold on a second. This is incredibly important.
Yeah, I have a good point. I think I know
what matters is the price per square foot as it relates to that other property in the immediate area. And that's what an investor is. A real estate broker or agent's going to listen to what they're saying. They don't like the wallpaper. They want a house to be cleaner. And what that real estate agent's going to do is say, you know what? I know you love this neighborhood and I know you like this house, but I think it might be better if we went and looked at this house that's all done over here. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's all brand new, and even in new homes, they'll paint it the color you want and all of that. So that's what I think. If that's the kind of end user needs that kind of help because they truly don't have enough vision to walk into a house and say, that wall needs to move, that wall needs to stay. I want a new backyard. How much is, I think right now I'm at about $60,000 in renovation costs. That price per square foot is whatever, which is how I look at real estate and everybody else, our members look at real estate. Then if they can't see that, then I think they should go work with agents for the rest of their life. They're not real estate people. They have another profession in life and that's it. They're nesting. They're not buying real estate.
But what you said was true. So I know they're out there, the good real estate agents, like you just said, I want to recap. They listen to what their buyers want. And if their buyers have no vision, what do? You take them to a house where it's all done. And because they don't have the vision, and you do whatever it is, you provide them what they're looking for. You don't try to do the square peg round hole thing and talk them into it. So we're on the same page.
So different. Every single time I say to somebody, I'm a real estate investor, they say, oh, I was thinking about buying a house in XYZ Beach. And they just immediately think, maybe I'm hanging out with the wrong crowd. But they immediately think we're just real estate agents.
Nope.
So it's such a very narrow-minded, unprofessional way to look at it. Join us next time for the episode called Rich Girl Talk with member Faith Hill and Jill DeWitt.
And me. And we post your questions and we answer your questions posted on our online community, landinvestors.com. It is free.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
All right, no more ranting. It's done. It's over. I have about 10 days of this guy and he's out of my life forever. Wherever you're watching or wherever you're listening, please subscribe and rate us there.
We are Steve and Jill. Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property. Yeah, is the deal going to close?
Oh, yeah, it will close.
Seriously, the buyer...
Dude, it will close. If I have to call the buyer myself, it will close.
So the buyer's got the money and all that. The basic stuff's there. It's just, he's just taking a long way around.
Exactly.